It was a bright morning, and Mia sat on her little wooden chair by the window. She loved learning English, but often felt sad because she thought it was too hard. She looked at her notebook full of scribbles, her heart heavy. "Why can't I learn faster?" she whispered to herself, her eyes moist with tears. She wanted to make her parents proud. They had always believed in her, even when she didn't believe in herself. One day, while browsing an old book her father gave her, she found a note tucked inside. It read, "Words are like tiny stars. Learn one and you'll light up the sky." Mia smiled. Her father's words always had magic in them. She decided to try again, even if it was hard, but this time she would do something different. Mia closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "I will learn 50 words in 10 minutes, she told herself. The goal sounded crazy, almost impossible. But she didn't let the fear win. She picked up her pencil and stared at the empty page before her. She felt small, but her dream was big. The first word she learned was hope. She whispered it softly. Hope felt like a warm hug on a cold day. The second word was believe. That word was like a spark in her chest. Mia wrote them down. She felt a little lighter. "I can do this," she thought. But then her mind began to wander. She started thinking about how hard life was, how people laughed when she made mistakes in English, and how tightened a chest. Her voice in her head said, "Why try? You'll fail again." But just then another memory surfaced. It was her grandmother's face, her kind smile. Even the tallest tree was once a small seed, her grandmother had told her. Mia held on to that thought and pushed forward. She made a game of it. Each new word was a secret treasure she discovered. The word shine made her think of the stars her father talked about. Dream reminded her of her childhood, when she believed she could fly. With every word, her heart grew stronger. Soon, she wasn't just learning words, she was feeling them. Mia struggled at times. Her mind felt heavy, like a full cup about to spill. She paused for a moment and tried something new. She whispered each word aloud and imagined a picture for it. Kindness became a picture of her mother helping a stray cat. Brave looked like her brother climbing a tall tree even though he was scared. These pictures made the words stick in her mind. But something was still missing. Mia wanted the words to feel alive, so she started making tiny stories with them. For the word journey, she imagined walking through a magical forest. For love, She saw her family laughing together during a power outage, telling stories by candlelight. The words felt real now, as if they belonged to her. The clock ticked, and Mia knew her 10 minutes were running out. She panicked for a moment, but then she smiled. Her father's voice came to her mind again. Every step counts, no matter how small. Mia kept going, her pencil flying across the page. She learned words like peace, kind, free, and smile. Each word felt like a drop of sunshine. By the end of 10 minutes, Mia had written 50 words. Her eyes sparkled with joy, but she didn't stop there. She read each word aloud again, feeling them, tasting them. She knew these words were more than letters. They were keys to something bigger. They were keys to expressing her heart. Mia's secret tip was simple but powerful. She used emotions. When she felt the words deeply, they stayed with her. Learning wasn't about speed or showing off. It was about connecting with the words. Every time she said a word, she felt stronger, braver. Every night when she read Agatha, Mia showed her notebook to her mother. Her mother's eyes filled with tears as she hugged Mia tightly. "You worked so hard," her mother said. "I'm so proud of you." Mia smiled. For the first time, she didn't feel small. She didn't feel scared. She felt like she could light up the sky with her words. The journey wasn't over. Mia knew there were thousands of words to learn, but she also knew a secret now. With hope, belief, and a little imagination, even the hardest tasks become possible. She promised herself that she would keep learning, one word at a time. And just like that, Mia wasn't just learning English. She was discovering the magic of words, one tiny star at a time. The next morning, Mia woke up early. The notebook sat on her desk, glowing in the soft light of dawn. She touched its cover gently, feeling the promise it held. She whispered the words she had learned the day before: hope, believe, shine, dream. Each one rolled off her tongue like music. She smiled to herself, feeling a sense of pride she hadn't felt in a long time. Mia decided that today would be another day of discovery. She grabbed her notebook and sat outside under the big oak tree in her backyard. The air was crisp, and the birds sang a melody that seemed to cheer her on. She thought about how much her life had changed in just 10 minutes of effort. The thought filled her with energy. She set the timer again. 10 minutes. 50 words. This time she had a secret plan. Mia realized that linking words together made them easier to remember. She called it the chain trick. For instance, the word happy reminded her of laughter, which led to friend and then to fun. It was like building a bridge from one word to another. The first word she chose was strong. She thought about her mother, who worked tirelessly every day to keep their family safe and happy. Then she added protect, because her father always made her feel safe. The chain grew longer. Shield, courage, safe, family. With every word, Mia felt a deeper connection to the people she loved. But halfway through the timer, Mia hit a block. She stared at the blank space on the page, her mind refusing to cooperate. Frustration bubbled up inside her, threatening to ruin her mood. Why is this so hard, she thought. She almost gave up. Then she remembered something her teacher once said. When things feel impossible, break them into smaller pieces. Mia decided to focus on just one word. She picked calm. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She imagined sitting by a quiet lake, the water still and peaceful. The picture helped her relax, and soon new words began to flow. Peaceful, soft, gentle, quiet. Mia realized something important at that moment. Struggle wasn't a sign of failure. It was part of learning. Every time she stumbled, she found a way to rise again, stronger than before. The timer beeped, and Mia looked at her page. 50 words. She had done it again. She felt a rush of joy, like a bird taking flight. But more than that, she felt a sense of wonder. Each word was like a tiny window into a new world, a new feeling. Later that evening, Mia decided to share her secret with her little brother Leo. He was 6 years old and just starting to learn English. She showed him her notebook and explained the chain trick. Leo's eyes widened with excitement. "Can I try?" he asked. Mia nodded, and together they started a new list. Leo picked the first word, play. That word led to toy, then game, and soon they had a whole chain of fun, simple words. Leo giggled as he repeated them, his joy infectious. Mia realized that teaching someone else was another way to learn. It made the words feel even more alive. As the days passed, Mia's world began to change. She started noticing English words everywhere, on signs, in books, even in conversations. She would jot them down in her notebook and link them to other words she knew. Each word felt like a friend, a piece of a puzzle that was slowly coming together. One day, Mia's teacher gave her a chance to speak in front of the class. The thought terrified her, but she remembered the word brave. She whispered it to herself, letting its strength fill her. She stood up, her hands shaking, and began to speak. At first, her voice wavered, but as she spoke the words she had worked so hard to learn, she felt a spark of confidence. By the end, her classmates were clapping, and her teacher was smiling proudly. Mia walked home that day with a new sense of purpose. She realized that her journey wasn't just about learning English. It was about believing in herself, even when things seemed impossible. She thought about all the times she wanted to give up, and she felt grateful that she hadn't. Every struggle, every tear had led her to this moment. Her notebook grew thicker with each passing day, filled with words and stories. She started writing little poems, using her favorite words to express her thoughts. She even began teaching her friends the chain trick, sharing the magic she had discovered. Mia's parents noticed the change in her. She was no longer the shy, hesitant girl they knew. She was growing into someone strong, confident, and full of dreams. One evening her father said, "You've become a star, Mia. You're lighting up your own sky." Those words stayed with Mia. She realized that learning wasn't about being perfect. It was about trying, falling, and getting back up. It was about finding beauty in the struggle and joy in the journey. Years later, Mia would look back at that time and smile. She would remember the little girl with the wooden chair and the big dreams. She would remember the tears, the hard work, and the magic of those 10 minutes. She would know that every word she learned was a step toward becoming the person she was always meant to be. The journey never truly ended. Mia kept learning, kept dreaming, and kept lighting up her sky, one tiny star at a time.